Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk a little bit about paying attention. So I'm Daniel Norton, photographer here in New York, and I make videos like this about philosophy and technique and stuff like that. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about basically what's going on right now. I'm out shopping, and we are kind of in a lockdown here in New York, as many of you probably are, and when we are going out, or we're supposed to limit the amount we go out. We're supposed to buy a bunch of food or whatever, which is what I'm doing. I apologize if the sound is not as good, but I got inspired as I was driving, so I thought I'd record this video. I'm just using my phone. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And what's interesting is, things are limited, and they're having, you got to put cloth or a mask or something. We're all doing that, and gloves and stuff like that. And basically, what this is doing is, I've got like Clorox wipes and things like that, when I'm touching things, my steering wheel or the cart in the supermarket and these things, things that we didn't normally think about. It's not like, granted, this is way worse than your typical bug or whatever, but it's not like, you don't think about that all the time. Like you're grabbing things and, that many people may have touched. So, maybe this will change the way I interact with things altogether. But anyways, specifically forgetting about that, I was just thinking about that in photography. Like, I think that we get, especially because of digital photography, and many of you may have only done digital photography, so you don't remember, in a sense, we're spoiled. It's kind of like when you're spoiled when it's not cold season or sickness season or whatever, it's summer and you just grab everything, touch everything, you never think about it. We're like that in a sense in photography. And one of the things people say about using film is it slows them down. And I think what they mean by that when they say it is that it means they take more time to think, because every frame that they shoot costs money or time, or you only have so many. And that's kind of the way it is for me right now. Like, I'm out here shopping and I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to open up the refrigerator door to grab that thing unless I know I want it, because it's anytime I touch something, it could be a risk, right? So if we start to think about our work like that, it's not like I have to, right now I do, but it's not like with digital you have to do that, but maybe it would benefit us if when we went out to shoot digitally, we thought like we think when we shoot with film. Like, every frame that we take is important, and every frame we take is a chance to do something great or a chance to basically waste our time. And if we start to think like that, I wonder if our work will become stronger because we are more focused on the thing. You probably see, when I'm doing live, especially, I'll shoot a lot of frames that just to kind of show you guys. And that's part of it. When I shoot normally, I don't normally shoot that like that. I'm doing it to show you step by step the process clearly. But even in that work, like if I go out and shoot something and I'm kind of, get lost in it in a sense, I will shoot, maybe 100 pictures when I only needed to shoot, 10, because I'm wrapped up in it. And maybe that, but when I shoot film, I don't do that, right? Because I can't. Like if I have my RZ, I only have 10 shots on the roll. So, although I will say that even back in the days of film, like I would always budget myself X number of rolls for a shoot, but I would always throw a handful of extra rolls on the table just in case it was really flowing, because sometimes you want to shoot more because there's a reason, you're inspired, you're getting it, you really want it. But I think sometimes we just shoot because we can. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think maybe when we know what we're trying to do, or we have a certain goal in mind, maybe it makes sense to step back for a second and say, should I shoot this frame? Or should I wait and shoot it in a second when I've got that pose I actually want? Because one of the things that, I'm talking mostly as a portrait photographer, one of the things that I learned or was taught or people talk about a lot is the idea of shooting through bad poses. The idea, I think especially for non-models, is that, you don't want to be like correcting people all the time. So you kind of just want to shoot it even though you're just going to delete it. It's like, oh, I'll just shoot that one that way. I don't have to be like, oh, no, don't do that. But, I think like when I shoot, I'm thinking back to when I shoot 4x5, because actually I was looking at some Polaroids. I'm going to do I pulled out one box. I have a whole bunch of boxes of Polaroids. I'm going to do this tomorrow, I think. I have no idea what's in them, so this could be interesting. But anyways, I digress. The idea is that like when I shoot 4x5, I am doing that. And I'm like, oh, hold on. What? And I don't get worse results for it, and people don't feel weird about it. I think because the explanation is there. If you say to them, listen, I'm not one of these photographers that, or in this shoot, I don't want to shoot off a million pictures. Let's try to get something really cool. I'm going to really, guide you. I think that you might get, interesting and better, results than you would if you just let people do whatever they want and just fire away. And, and again, that's normally how I approach things, especially when I'm shooting. It doesn't look like it when you watch me on the videos, clearly, because that's the magic of the video, right? Is that we've already done that part before, except for the live videos, I suppose. So, yeah, I mean, not to go around in circles, but I think the idea, what came to my mind here was that perhaps we need to, this is forcing me to slow down in this area of my life, but maybe certain things can force us to slow down in our photography, and that slowing down can be to our benefit. Maybe taking the time to look at little things that maybe don't matter, but can matter if we put our mind to them. It might help us create something that's a little more interesting. So, that being said, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. I will not shoot everything from my phone in my car in the future. So, sorry about that. It was in my mind now, so I figured I'd talk about it. I'm about to go into the adventure of the supermarket, so I got my mask and everything ready to go. And hopefully I'll have good fresh food tonight. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.